That's fine, right? My hair's gotten a lot longer since the last video. Definitely. All right, something's got to change here. I don't know what's got to change. I guess it's got to be my mentality because I gotta stop thinking over shit like that. I recorded a whole video before. Let me back up. I recorded a whole video before, and the microphone was like all types of jacked up. Gotta stop touching my hair. But this one part up here is like always falling. I feel like I look like Wolverine right now in this bitch. I'm just gonna talk to a camera. That's what I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna talk to a camera and feel weird about it. So I wanted to talk about battling adversity, and I think that adversity is one thing that can go very unrecognized, being that your number one adversary. It sounds so cliche and like obvious, in my opinion at least, that your biggest adversary is yourself. Your biggest opponent is yourself, and overcoming that thought in your head that has you thinking the worst things are hard. It's really hard. I go through that a lot. I have a lot of thoughts in my head that aren't the most positive. As much as I try to put out to be a very open-minded person, it really doesn't help that I have a problem with myself, I guess you could say. Let's just put it out there, right there. Got a problem with myself. I have issues like everybody else, right? But my issues are really self-conflicted, that aren't really all that necessary at all. It's more of a creative issue rather than a personality issue. I'm very secure in that. I like who I am. I am able to talk to a camera and be somewhat comfortable. I'm able to talk in front of people and be comfortable. But when it comes to being at this desk, at this workstation, I guess if you want to call it that, I have way too many thoughts that go through my head that hinder my performance in anything that I do. When it comes to music, video production, even photo editing, audio recording, clothing design, whatever I want to do, it's always hindered by my thoughts and by how it's going to be received and how I'm going to receive it. Most of it, like first and foremost, how I'm going to view it after the fact. If I'm not happy with it, I will be the most depressed person. I will be the most depressed person because I know my potential and I know that I can do much greater than that. And that's what has me in this rut. That's what has me thinking that I'm my biggest adversary right now, because I know that I'm not doing what I should be doing because of my thoughts. My thoughts are really either not there, as far as like not creating thoughts, or the thoughts are really just taking over me. Like they're saying like, oh, you suck. Not being that like literal. If I'm trying to come up with something, it's hard, and then when I do come up with something, it's like, oh nah, it's whack. And it's like, I have this song here, I get to play it because it's not gonna be copyrighted because it's mine. I'm falling and barely crawling and barely walking. Like, it's not bad. It's a very rough draft, but like this is kind of like that part. Like, I like that part, but, and it's a very rough draft, so that's not the final product at all. So if you do think it's whack, just wait. It took me a while to come up with just those 2, 3, 4 bars that I can sing or whatever you want to call it. And when I do come up with that, it's like, no, it's not it. And obviously everything's not always going to be top-notch quality every single time you step on the court. You're not going to make threes every single game or every single shot. But just going through the motion of like, I want to quit is the hardest thing, because you got to get past that part, because it's very easy to stay there. It's very easy to stay in that rut of like, I'm done with this. Like, what are the odds of this being a successful venture? What are the odds of this being fulfilling? And fulfilling is definitely way higher than it being successful and making it, I guess if you want to call it that. But otherwise, it's like, oh my god, I gotta get out of this mess of I don't want to do this anymore, because that's the number one thing. It's like the first thing you think. Shout out to my ex who just fucked up my whole recording. Fucked up my whole whatever. I forgot where I even was. I just farted. What's going on? So how I'm going to attack this is by doing absolutely nothing and just feel everything out. And that's the number one thing you should do when it comes to battling yourself. Excuse me, massaging my face. When it comes to battling your own thoughts and problems and issues, I guess if you want to call it that, is just feeling them at first, like recognizing them, feeling them out, and figuring out a attack plan. Because when you have a problem, you want to solve it, of course. So when you have an issue, you got to solve that. I don't like calling things issues because they sound so like terrible, but they're really not. It's a human thing. So when it comes to these personal struggles that I have, a way to battle it for me is to feel it out, go through the motion of feeling it and letting it out, letting it all happen, because after the fact you come back even harder. The 2 albums that I made so far, only 10 songs total, have been made within that rut that I was in, and just immediately after I blew through 5 songs each, and I was like, all right, this is it. And I had no idea that was gonna happen either, because like I should be looking there, right? I should be looking here. I don't know how to work this shit. Immediately after that little rut, I made the best music that I thought that I've ever made. So it's all about getting past that part, and how to get past that part is obviously up to you. You know you, I know me, whatever. But for me, at least, it's feeling every single little moment of I hate myself to get past that, because you get to learn to love yourself after. And that's like the beauty of life. If I don't want to get too deep with this shit, but like that's the beauty of going through the motions, that you get to feel everything out and learn from your adversary. And your adversary is you, me, whoever else. Honestly, everybody else doesn't matter, fuck them. But like I'm my own adversary. I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest challenge, I guess, if you want to call it that. So getting past myself is going to be the number one thing that will make me progress in everything. Not just music, not just clothing, not just videos, every single thing. Once I get past myself, there's nobody else in front of me. That's going to be it. I said so many other things in the last video that just didn't sound right, and like my phone microphone's all jacked up, so, but I had so many good points there that I'm not gonna have on here. I might make a second part of this video just to get on my shit. I'm glad that I'm doing this again. It feels great. I feel much better. I feel much better. Oh my god, I feel so relieved. I feel like I just like let out the biggest shit after like 2 days. I know you know the feeling. Just saying. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace. On that note, right?